Good morning, folks. This is Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today we're talking about, this is going to be some pasture we're coming into. This was clipped about 55 days ago. And as soon as the cattle came out, I came here and just took the stems off and the seed heads. And it was pretty rank. The cattle ate kind of the candy out of it, but there was a lot of over mature grass in here, and the cattle didn't really take very much of it. So by just taking off the tops, look what happened. So we opened up the canopy. We got some wild rye coming back. Okay. We've got white clover. We've got Korean. This is Korean Lespedeza. Isn't that beautiful? So when the cows reach in and get a bite of that, well, the deer already did that one. That's red clover. The deer took the tips off of that. The deer always take the very best first. There is some wild stick tied in here. This right here. This is a really good one. This is a legume. It almost looks like a wild soybean plant. The cattle really like that one. And there's some grasses, but see, everything in here's got a tip on it. See that? It's all grown back, and so it's safe to graze it. If you come back and it looks like this, you know, that means that the cattle graze it. You didn't give it a long enough rest period for it to grow back. So make sure it looks like that. It's got tips on it, okay? But look at the canopy. I mean, these cows, absolutely, it's going to be like they're in a candy store when they come in here. You talk about super high palatability, and I just want to talk a little bit about that. The higher the palatability, the quicker they fill up, the quicker they can digest that grass and forage. They get hungry again, and they get back up and they eat. And so, you know, they've got multiple stomachs. The more palatable your grass is, the quicker they can digest it. So let's get them full, quick, and they go ruminate. And by God, they digest that grass real good, and they come back and they go again. But folks, those cows are only going to take about the top third of this. And that's because when they get down past that, the energy's gone, and we're going to move them up on the hill. So they're constantly being moved into super high quality forage. This is all clipped, it's all vegetative, and it's really going to be some high quality food. We're finishing steers in that herd, so we've got to make sure, you know, when you finish a steer, you can't just give them junk. They got to have some pretty darn good feed, forage, and so that's what we're doing here. We're giving them super high quality forage in the mob. They're right in there with the cow-calf pairs and the bulls. They're doing fine. But you know, if you're a ruminant animal, look at this. You reach down here, that tongue comes out and grabs that. I'm not going to pull that off because it's just too good a feed. There's some plantain. There's some switchgrass. There's a regrown fescue plant. There's a Lespedeza, white clover, red clover. You talk about a beautiful sward. That's what we're talking about, diversity. So everybody's cursing this one, the Kentucky 31. And I'm saying let's put some diversity in here of other forages. That helps offset the toxicity of your Kentucky 31. So I'd be in a world of hurt without this guy. We got to have that on our farm. This is what takes our cattle through the winter. You know, there's no other forage that'll hold the cow up. And we're fortunate enough we live in Missouri, we have a fescue. It'll do that for us so we don't have to feed hay. So, as much hay. So that's a big one. But look at how, you know, there's the ground cover here. The sun can't get down to the ground cover. If I pull up on this, here's what I brush hog. Look at that. So that's already dead, of course. But it's all, there's just a canopy of it down. Man, oh man. You look down in there, look at that. There's earthworm castings right here on top of the ground. Look at that one, that's a fresh one. Okay, so the stuff that I mowed off, it's almost gone. It's not even here. It's because the earthworms have already eaten it. Folks, when you get really good soil life, any carbon that you can get trampled on the ground with a ruminant hoof, or if you don't have enough animals, you clip it. If the grass gets away from you, go out there and brush hog it, whatever. You're feeding your soil. You're not taking it off the land, and that's what you're trying to do. There's more animals beneath the ground than there is above it in weight per acre on healthy land. So you got to feed the soil. Okay, keep it covered. It's hot out here. You open this land up, my God, that sun is absolutely going to dry your ground out. It's going to stop growing, and your animal's going to go hungry. You have to sell some animals. It's not a good way to make money in the grass farming business. Folks, this is Judy. Everyone have a good one.